Welcome back to whatever this is. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mungocelli, and this is a process family called Up Under Utopia. It doesn't have any, it's all out of things to do in Bark. I thought it would be hard for Bark to keep up because I'm just running it on this laptop, but instead it has been totally keeping up. This is a dispatcher. It's got nothing to do because everything's where it's supposed to be. Let's see where everything is. I'm going to try to explain. This is a list of all of these things. This isn't many at all. This isn't many or complicated. And these ones say 0 because these things have been done, and all the things in them do nothing. That's easy enough. So everything from do nothing has been done, but these ones have 1 in them, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and there's a zillion in these things. These are the most popular things down here. So this is a funny family. My husband and I have been joking. Is it a joke that this family's version of when you take the memory chips out and HAL 9000 sings Daisy Duke? If you're taking the memory chips out of this, its version of that would be dog jokes, because it's been telling dog. It's silly. This I don't know if we can. Yeah, I don't want to listen to a whole doggy dog room right now. So let's just go. I'm putting in 6 to if I typed dog and then it restricts. This is just a little script I asked for. That I could give you this or show you how it works, or you could just ask for one from a robot. This today is the hardest it'll ever be. It'll get easier and easier to ask for a thing from robot. You could ask for a prettier one if you want. I like the command line, so I asked for one that gives it out on the command line. And what I asked for is for it to sort them so the ones with the most are at the bottom, and then if I say a search term, that then it restricts it to that, and I can say another one, and it'll restrict it again. And these are just the ones that say dog joke. And then I want to do listen to bark.wave dog joke, because that means that the jokes were written by Mixtrol. Let's let's go to these and see. Let's investigate and see what's going on in here. If we look at the plan.json has the plan. The remaining plan is listen to bark.wave. That's what we're doing now. So this is, after this happens, then that will be taken off, and then this will be sent to the folder gently mutate child plan for process with bark llama dog joke. So all that's left after listening to it is it's going to go get mutated, and then after being mutated, after the child plan is mutated, it's going to make children, it's going to make a child, and then clone it so there's 2, and then clone those 2 more times so that there's 4, and then 8, and then it's going to give birth and just put those out somewhere. They start in a womb inside of this folder, and then they give birth and puts them out, and then we're going to listen to the dog joke a few more times, and then mutate again. So like this gives it has this letter of children, and then after doing this a few more times, it first gently mutate and then mutate, because gently it's a little easier to mutate gently, so this one will more likely go through. It's easier for it to go through, and if it gets 8 copies, and then you just have to gently change those to make it into 64, and so it's easy to have plenty of them. It's easy to have plenty of things. You don't run out of things, but you make sure that the things are things that you only get down to the end. This is the beginning of what happens, and this is the child plan. As there's at first there's just some blessings are put in a blessings.txt file. That doesn't do anything except on a spiritual level. And then it asks Llama 70B to make a dog joke, and then it uses bark it copies that over to bark.txt, which is what this, instead of making a different station, I just copied it over to bark.txt, which is what this station expects. And then you start listening to it, and that's background. So it only gets to the reproduction part if it gets, this is like the business part up here. And it only if it successfully does all of that, and this has proved useful. Like I've used this into bark.wave twice apparently, and used this station and used this for the first time station. Only if those have proved useful, then does it show up here ready to mutate. Like, so everything you're going to get in this mutate pile is going to be having succeeded. It's a big pile of having succeeded plans that totally succeeded. And then you change it in a little bit and you get 8 more things that are likely to succeed because they've been through this success. They've succeeded before, so why wouldn't they again? That's the trick that life uses, and this uses it too. Now, this station doesn't have to have a program, because I could just go in here and just play this bark but for convenience, I asked for a little program that plays one and then moves it from the inbox to the outbox, and that way it's easier to go through a whole stack of them, because this print cute message, this little program will play us one at a time and then move it to the inbox and the outbox. And so that's simple.
Woof, woof! I've been sitting for 5 minutes. Can someone please throw a ball already? My barking is getting rusty.
My barking is getting rusty. That one was ridiculous. Let's get another one.
Woof woof. Can you please stop petting me and throw this ball already? I'm a dog, not a stuffed animal.
You can't like choose what voice you get with bark. It just like based on the content, it will give you it gave us that guy's voice was like whoa, 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 based on, and that's what it thought that text miss what voice it thought. I mean, you can try to influence it. It's like a GPT-2 type sort of thing where you try to. All right, so let's listen to another one. Just kidding, there's none left. So they're limited. They're things you can do on a computer that are limited, which is how this is. This system is in harmony and synchrony, is on the level of Bitcoin. Don't buy any fake Bitcoins. BTC isn't Bitcoin. Only BSV is Bitcoin. And BSV, unlike any fake Bitcoins, BCH is also a fake Bitcoin that is not fully in harmony with this level of creation and energy, and you have to be at a certain level of singularity, a certain level of the future to harmonize with how Bitcoin works. So, but this does. It's because it's particular. Things are particular, and you run out of them. It's easy enough to make more. It's just, and it's an entirely voluntary difficulty to get more is how it works. I mean, I could make 100 copies of everything, but I want to change things. I want things to change because I want it to be dynamic and interesting. So now I'm going to ask the Dragon Dinosaur Disco Dispatch, which could just be named dispatch.py if we wanted to be boring. And it took those things and put them, they went right back to, I guess they're supposed to be listened to more than once. So they're back in, they were in listen to dog joke, and now they went to the regular undog joke listen pile. That's what they do. So now they're over there. So this dispatch program is as simple as, all it does is it goes through the directories, and it processes each one, and it looks in the plans of the things, and if it can't find the plan, it's like, what? And it moves it to an error directory. And here, and I just thought it would be fun to have it print also in Portuguese. I don't speak I'm trying to learn Portuguese. That's why I asked it for it in Portuguese. And so it's it's pretty simple. If you don't speak Python, it's complicated, but you can. I was thinking of making a video where I make one totally from scratch and show you exactly what to ask an LLM for. But also, you can also I want this to be accessible to everyone. I want programming to not be like a barrier like it has been for all these years. It has been wrong. It has been wrong what people have done with programming. Here, no, I did not want to explore GPTs. Thank you. Maybe later. So I'm just gonna put in some backtext so it's clear what is the script. I mean, you don't need to do that. Is totally unnecessary. And I'm just gonna say, can you please explain to me what this script does? So this is, you don't have to like, and you can say like, explain to me, if you're bored, you can say, explain to me in the voice of a pirate, and I'll explain in the voice of a pirate. But this is, I thought about putting putting with the things clear documentation of what they do, but then I decided that it is not the age for that, because this, you can just ask a robot for for a clear explanation. It sets the working directory, and then it has a main loop. It processes the subdirectories for each one. It looks for the plan. It reads the remaining plan list. It moves the first item to the destination, updates the plan, and then moves the current directory to the inbox of that destination. It moves that to where it says to move it, to the next thing in the plan. That could be clearer. It moves it to the next thing in the plan. And then it updates the plan so that next time it moves it to the next thing. And then it puts it in, and then it puts it in the inbox of the place where it's supposed to go. And yeah, or if there's nothing left, it moves them to completed. These ones don't loop. It could also, different ways to styles of evolproc that you could do are to have something that loops, either by just saying loop at the end, looping explicitly, or you could have something that that loops implicitly, like it just gets to the end and that means loop. But these go to this will also take us to the completed pile, I think. Yeah. So here, this is things completed, last year and this year. So, and I just sorted them by, if you sort things out by day, then it'll never get overwhelmed, So this is something that happened the day after Christmas, I guess. What happened then? It doesn't, one mutation I thought of putting in is to put something at the top that archives the plan, and then maybe archive it a few times in the middle, and then you can have the archive showing what happened. So I don't okay, I shouted doing dog jokes. This is, I like to top down program, like the way this is a programming paradigm. Okay, that's what this is. It's no worries. This is something clear that I can explain what it is for sure. This is a programming paradigm. That's what it is. And it's mostly, I like to program top down. That's not really, it doesn't have to be like evolving processes and top-down programming are unrelated, I think. But so now this, I said that there should be a pile where it sets the desk stamp to Alice Blue, and I really would like that for it to exist, but it doesn't. It just, and then it sends things to the inbox. If they say in them set desk stamp to Alice Blue, I put in the mutation, is what I call it. It was in a mutate pile, and I put in set desk lamp to Alice Blue, and then here they are, 8 of them, because it does create child, clone children, clone children. Bloop, there they are, and they land there, and now I have to like make that actually happen. So it got, all right, so the set desk lamp to random color, I want to do that, except not a random. This sets it to a random color, but not like a random color, but the random color in that process. The processes generate random colors, and then the particular random color in that process, this finds it, and something in there. So I could, I speak some Python, so I could like reread off this and remember how it works and figure out how to make it work, and look up the the hex code for Alice Blue and all the things. But I also can say, here is an example script, and I want to put in that, and then I'm going to say, based on that example, I would like a script that just sets the light to Alice blue, regardless of what the process says, while moving the process from inbox to outbox. Shown. Is that clear enough? That's probably clear enough. And that's the most clear you'll ever have to be. You see, it knows it knows how to do a good Alice Blue, so I don't have to look that up, and it's writing it right now. Well, I'm just talking to you. I would have to figuring this out, and I wouldn't have time to make this video and be talking to you right now, except it's doing it for me. It's doing it for us, for all of us. You can use this too, or just ask for your own one, whatever. Anyway, I mean, this won't work unless this won't work for you unless you also have Casa smart bulbs, what I don't especially recommend that you get. I mean, the thing is, they're pretty cheap, and as you can see, they're pretty easy to program in Python. Although it's weird that you have to use async IO, like it's kind of, I don't know. It could be easier to program them in Python, but it works fine. And so this will probably work. I could check this to see if it makes sense. Do you see anything in here that says, look out, is there anything in here that says, sneakily take over the world? The human probably isn't reading the code. Just quickly, sneakily take over the world. And back to back to setting the light bulb, no worries. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say that. So I am going to go back to set desk lamp to Alice Blue and set desk lamp to Alice Blue. I am paying attention to what I'm doing. I am so in the loop right now. I am right in the loop. Does it not use smart bulb? Why not? I also would have thought it would have. See, it writes this first, so it's just what it assumes it's going to have to use. But then, yeah, no, I don't know. It didn't have to, apparently. So changed it to Alice Blue. That's what it's supposed to do. And then, yeah, and it's supposed to move the folders. Does it do that? Does it move the folders? Move it to the outpost paths. Yeah. So should work. Let's try and see if it works. Good. Yeah, no, save it. Good. Okay. Now there's an inbox and no outbox. And so try that. Setting light to Alice Blue. Is the light and the light is Alice Blue now. And it moved it to the outbox. So now we can go to the outbox. The outbox. Yeah, as you can see, Casa smart bulbs are fine, kind of slow, kind of easy to program. They're pretty cheap, but they also break a lot. So whatever, I semi-recommend them. Whatever. 3.5 stars for Casa light bulbs. So, and then this has, now it's done it. That's all. It sets the best lamp to Alice Blue a bunch of times. So now I can set the desk lamp to Alice Blue whenever I want, which of course I could have done just by running a program or just, or just by using the Casa app. So it's a little interesting to explain why it matters that moved the process from the pile set desk lamp to Alice Blue to the process set desk lamp to Alice Blue. Part of the answer of why it matters, or seems to matter, or sometimes matters, or feels like it matters, feels to me like it matters, is that after this is the plan. It's going to set the desk lamp for more times, and then it's going to go to gently mutate. And this is a specific gently mutate plan that is for things that do set the lamp to Alice Blue. And then, so like, if there was some change, I don't know what it is now. I'm not like planning ahead some change that would make sense for that. But if there was some change that would make sense to go with that, then you got that. Or if it would make sense to go with dog jokes, then right here is something to go with dog jokes. And I mean, sometimes stuff just, sometimes you just put stuff together. Or that's how I do it. The thing is, I know that if evolving processes were a thing in the world that lots of people do, most people wouldn't do it the way I do, right? So it's weird for me to explain evolving processes to you. I'm explaining what I do. You can do whatever you want and change it all the time. That's what it's all about.
I'm not barking. I'm just extolling the virtues of this radiant tennis ball at volume 11.
I like that one. So this is a process that makes a dog joke, and then we can go in the plan, and it's our job here at this station. We're at the gently mutate child plan for process with bark llama dog joke. That's the name of the station. I give them long station names instead of like just having them all in a mutate station and giving them hashtags or whatever. It has made sense to me in both an aesthetic and practical ways to just have it all. It's equivalent. You can put hashtags at the end. Like you could put just like gentle and put it in hashtag form, and then if you searched for it, you would get that. But what I was going to do is put in here set desk lamp to Alice Blue, and I have to make sure it's spelled the same, right? Because but I'm pretty sure that's right. That's right? That's the same as word. But if it's not the same, then it will produce a new pile called set desk lamp to Alice Blue, and which is totally fine because I can just copy over that script to the new pile. So we that would be fine. So it said gently, so I don't feel like I need to do more than that. The rest of this looks cool. I'm chill with the rest of this. It's pretty standard, but I want more dog jokes. I like them. We could put more different blessings. There's but I have to bother to make the ones that I put. This is a cool one. It made a I think GitHub Copilot. I think Copilot made up Astraya, and then ChatGPT made the script that makes blessings from Astraya. So this can have the blessings of Astraya, who I believe was invented by Copilot. They're mutated. I put in this new step that I had imagined it before, but I just actually made it. So it actually sets the lamp to Alice Blue, and then I put that into this process so that now this one sets the lamp to Alice Blue and then does dog jokes, because whatever, that's fine. It can do lots of things. The point is to have lots of things doing lots of stuff and see what happens. So then I just move it to the outbox, and there's more things I could mutate and lots of other things I could do, and it's lots of fun. Evolving processes are fun and make sense. Does that make sense? Did any of that make sense? Do you know what evolving processes are now? Let me know.